Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries, Agency Rainmaker TV. And this is the show that helps agency leaders, agency owners, and marketing firms and advertising firms find more right fit clients. Nobody needs more wrong fit clients. We want right fit clients. And how do we do that? That's what this show is dedicated to. And I have a multiple author with me today, Deb Feder. Deb, how are you today?
I'm great, Henry. How are you today?
Well, I'm excited to hear you speak. That's how I am. So why don't you tell the viewers about your work, who you help?
Who I help, I work with individuals who are either professional service providers working with high stakes, high touch client relationships, or firms that have a client base. Anybody who's really building their business off of their expertise, their knowledge, their authority, those are all my clients.
The business of expertise. We know it well. So professional service firms would include agencies, law firms, who else?
Accounting firms,
CPAs.
consultants, absolutely, financial
Yeah.
advisors.
Yeah, the whole group of people who are in the business of selling their expertise. So what do you do for them?
I help them build outstanding client relationships, primarily through a conversational approach, from rethinking from the first hello to how do you nurture and grow existing relationships. We blend in thought leadership, how you tackle the work on your plate to actually use that as business development and growth opportunities. And then that kind of all encompassing word of thought leadership.
Well, let's talk about how you make it rain. Now, you're an author of multiple books. Why don't you give us the book titles?
I've written three books that are part of the client conversation series. So there's After Hello, Tell Me More, and Might I Suggest?
Hmm. So, with a series, are you trademarking the series?
That's a really good question, Henry. So I have trademarked pieces of my work,
Mhm.
but whether we're in discussions about whether or not we're trademarking the whole series. You and I could probably geek
Well,
out on that.
oh, we could, but I have to do the following.
Okay.
Deb, I do not provide legal advice. I am not a
Guess
law
what? I
firm.
practiced for 15 years and I don't provide legal advice either.
Please seek competent legal counsel before making any decisions.
I
All
have.
decisions remain yours. Void were prohibited by law, federally protected. God bless America.
There
Okay,
you
now
go.
that the disclaimer is out of the way, um, so that sounds like an interesting series. I was co-author of a book called "Bringing in the Business Without Sounding Like a Salesperson." Yeah, we need to exchange books. Um, it sounds like we're children of the same mother, um, same parents. Yeah, it's all relationships is all about the conversation, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's really what it comes down to is you're building connections, conversations. I always say it's you got to grow your network, add new people to it, nurture your network, and then from time to time share your expertise. But most of the time you're listening and being engaged with wherever they are and then building that like connection.
Some wise counsel I got early in my career is to monopolize the listening, to come in and ask some good questions and don't be listening just for them to stop talking, listening to them for what they're actually saying
So
and seeing where you could be helpful to them.
one of
So,
my one of
what's
my
your
favorite strategies is to
message?
tell people to just take a deep breath, right?
Mhm.
And ask yourself, do you even know what they just asked before trying to respond?
Well, now I admit my mind has wandered once during an important client meeting, and then it followed. Then they said, "And what do you think about that, Henry?" I came back into the meeting and I said, could you rephrase that?
So
And they said, oh,
that
I'm
is
so
where
sorry. Let me, like it was their fault. Oh,
um,
let me put it this way.
that's where I say, tell me more comes in. Tell me more about that. And
Tell
that's your
me more.
brain's trigger to re-engage.
There you go. So you write to find more clients, you write books. What else do you do?
I have layers to my business. So we have a membership where we provide two tasks a day because often we find that people are saying, I when I have time, I don't know what to do. And so we eliminated that by saying, we'll tell you what to do. And one task is business growth oriented, 5 minutes a day. And one is building a healthy career, because I like to think that and talk about how wellness and caring for yourself actually is a business development strategy.
Boy, I was late to the game learning that, but just let me say, preach. Uh, yeah. So, uh,
I mean, I
yeah,
don't think it was really taught for a long time. How about that?
yeah. Well, somebody they likened it to like LeBron James, the basketball player who's had such longevity. But LeBron James takes days off for recuperation and um, doing all these things to make sure he's in the best possible shape he can. And it's the same thing for us dealing with clients. All of us in the business of expertise, we need to be full energy, be full out for these people. Um, well, is there anything you wanted to add that I haven't asked yet before we bid adieu?
Really, all of my work is practical approach, non salesy. It's not about getting out there and pitching. It's really about how do you build conversations and use it as your strategic advantage.
I love some of those speaking courses. I won't mention one by name, but they've trained so many people to go, well, tell me about your biggest problem, Deb. And if I could solve your biggest problem, what would that be worth to you? And how do you feel about that? Well, others have felt the same way, but they found if they did, so it's like, oh, get away. Um, thank you. You sound like it's about being authentic and really interested in being really interested in people. More important than being interesting, being interested.
It,
Thank you so much for being on the show today, and look forward to reading some of those books of yours. And until next time, I wanted to wish all our viewers to make it rain.